This wild philosopher was born in a port city in ancient Turkey around 412 BC. He grew up the son of a banker, but his early life wasn't all smooth sailing. After a scandal involving counterfeit coins ruined his family, he was exiled from his home. Instead of letting this crush him, he embraced a life of rebellion, choosing poverty, simplicity, and a disdain for societal norms. After arriving in Athens, he lived in a large ceramic jar, becoming infamous for his bizarre antics. He had no house, no possession, lived off scraps from the streets. His mission to challenge everything people held dear. One of his favorite activities was carrying a lantern around in broad daylight, claiming to search for an honest man as a way to mock the hypocrisy of society. But his wild behavior didn't stop there. One time, while attending a fancy banquet, he deliberately started eating with his hands, mocking the polished behavior of the wealthy. Another time, he was seen begging from a statue. When asked why, he said it was to practice being rejected. He had no shame and no fear of making others uncomfortable. Even when the most powerful man of the time, Alexander the Great, offered him anything he wished, this philosopher's response became legendary. He simply told Alexander to stand out of my sunlight. Despite living like a beggar, he wasn't afraid to put kings in their place. There's also the time he was caught doing the naughty to himself in public, completely unbothered by the shocked reactions around him. His response: if only it were as easy to relieve hunger by rubbing my belly. He lived by his own rules, rejecting the comforts and hypocrisies of civilized life. He once brought a plucked chicken to Plato's academy, after Plato defined humans as featherless bipeds, exclaiming, "Here is Plato's human." He wasn't just a prankster. He was determined to expose what he saw as the ridiculousness of intellectual pretensions. Though he lived on the fringes, his ideas about living simply and in tune with nature influenced later thinkers like the Stoics. The end of his life is just as mysterious as his philosophy. Some say he died from eating raw octopus. Others claim it was from holding his breath out of sheer stubbornness. He had cemented himself as one of the most eccentric, fearless, and downright outrageous figures in ancient philosophy. So who was this barrel-dwelling, king-mocking, shameless rebel? None other than Diogenes, the ultimate cynic.